Hello and welcome back to a new video. Today we are going to look at whether adults are actually at a disadvantage compared to children when learning a second language. Instead of relying on common beliefs, we will examine how linguistic research defines and measures age effects and whether these effects apply equally to all aspects of language. According to the critical period hypothesis, language acquisition is shaped by development factors linked to brain maturation. The proposal is that there is a sensitive phase during which language can be acquired more completely. Studies examining age of arrival and grammatical performance have shown that earlier exposure is often associated with higher ultimate attainment. However, the decline appears gradual and adults' outcomes remain highly variable. Research also indicates that phonological acquisition is particularly sensitive to age onset. Learners who begin later often retain features of their first language sound system. In contrast, grammatical competence and lexical development display broader ranges of achievement. Many adult learners reach advanced levels of syntactic control, suggesting that age effects differ across linguistic domains. It is important to separate how quickly someone progresses from how far they ultimately go. Adults often show faster developments in the initial phase of classroom instructions, partly because they can use explicit reasoning and well-established learning strategies. However, rapid early gains do not automatically determine long-term proficiency, which depends on sustained development over time. Another major factor is the amount and richness of exposure. Children acquiring a language naturally are immersed in it for prolonged periods every day. Adult learners, especially in foreign language context, may encounter the language only intermittently. Research on input emphasizes that frequent and meaningful exposure strengthens internal representations, making input conditions crucial when comparing age groups. Within the framework of interlanguage theory, learners gradually construct their own evolving linguistic system. In some cases, specific forms become stable even if they differ from target norms. This stabilization, referred to as fossilization, is more commonly observed in adult learners. It reflects the interaction of cognitive processes, communicative effectiveness, and reduced pressure for further restructuring. The conclusion depends heavily on how success is defined. If the goal is indistinguishable native-like accent, early starters generally have an advantage. If, however, we consider effective communication, literacy, or professional expertise, adults can achieve remarkably high levels. Evaluating language learning requires a multidimensional perspective rather than a single benchmark. So in this video, we have seen that the relationship between age and second language acquisition is more complex and cannot be reduced to a simple advantage for children. Age interacts with type of exposure, cognitive resources, and meaning context. Understanding these interactions allow us to move beyond myths and toward a more evidence-based view of language learning. Stay tuned for more video and thank you for watching.